I'm seeing someone washing their face in the shower, closing their eyes and letting the water just cleanse them. And the song that popped into my head was that song Clean by Hilary Duff. So maybe you're a millennial, maybe you like girly millennial pop culture things. And as I started this reading, the first card that came out was the Three of Cups, which is, all about celebration. There's a lot of sun coming in, which, funnily enough, the sun card is the one that came out after this. But you're moving into a time of celebration, of great joy and exploration, and you're going to have the opportunity to reconnect with your inner child, which to me aligns with the Hilary Duff song coming through. Remembering what it was like to just play and listen to your boombox and dance around in your room and sing and pretend like you were a pop star on stage. The Sun card, like I said, came out after the Three of Cups, but it came out upside down, which says to me that you haven't been connecting to your inner child. But as I just said, with this cleansing, with this celebration, you are going to have the space to connect with the things you used to love and that used to bring you true joy. I'm hearing not the kind of joy that others placed upon you. Like, I just had an image of someone slapping down a bunch of colorful folders in front of me, like on a desk, almost like homework or like a task that you have to do. So instead of learning about life from others, you're going to get to experience it for yourself. And now I'm seeing that person sitting in a classroom reading through their folders, and then they're looking out the window, kind of maybe seeing other little kids playing outside, running and screaming and laughing. And there's this feeling of, well, first of all, feeling cold, feeling isolated, feeling lonely and alone. And I just heard suffocated. But there's very much this image of, I'm feeling like it could be you, right? Being a child, being alone in the classroom, doing work, and this metaphor, visualization, whatever you want to call it, you are learning about life through what's been told to you. You're reading about it. Being told what needs to be done, what has to be done, what's coming next. But there's going to come a time where you set down those folders and decide to leave and go outside and venture for yourself. Have recess, play, be the child that was never meant to be an adult. You know, adult, quote unquote, meaning there's this idea that when we grow up, we have to let go of childish things. And to me, it's more about this inner playfulness, this explorative nature, this nature that is driven by wonder and doesn't need to be told what's important, it's like you're being drawn to go outside again. That's what's important. Being out in the sunshine and playing again. And I do feel like this experience or visualization or image of being stuck in a cold classroom alone, stuck doing homework perhaps, could be compared to a present-day adult work environment where you're working in a cubicle in the dark. Maybe there aren't windows, maybe there are, but maybe you're always feeling like there's something just outside the window and you're desperate to escape the cubicle or the office, and you felt it tugging at you for some time. But it's not until this moment, or if it hasn't quite happened yet, once you get to this moment, you'll finally kind of put down the work and get up and go outside. And I don't think you're going to look back. I don't think you're going to return to that environment. And there's this quiet resignation about it too. Maybe you're feeling quite tired, and maybe in the past it would have been really scary to do this, or you would have listened to other people's noise. So what I'm seeing and hearing is the child's in the classroom and there's a teacher kind of getting in their face going like, what are you doing? You need to keep working. But the face and the teacher is kind of blurred and their voice is subdued. Like there's some sort of barrier where they're not quite getting through anymore. And the child's like standing up and just ignoring that. They're not really reacting at all to that kind of intense energy. And they're just gonna go out the window. So it's a very resigned energy. Resignation, maybe you're resigning. You're turning in your resignation. Feels very full circle. And it could be that you have always been very driven and work-oriented since you were a child, and you've forgotten the purpose of play or the function of play, or that play is essential. You haven't really understood that, or you've ignored that for a very, very long time. But that song, The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow from Annie, I find that song a little bit grating, I'm not gonna lie. What I just heard instead was that song by 𝘱𝘂. Is it Wait? Where there's lyrics where he's like, no time, no time. I mean, it's like sung in a very almost angelic way. There's no time to waste, right? But it also kind of feels like, I recommend listening to that song, but it's like that part in a movie where the main character finally realizes something. They have their grand epiphany, and they take that step to move forward in life towards their purpose or that understanding, right? And in this sense, it really is signifying that you don't want to waste any more of your time listening to the troubles that others have left behind. That's just what came through. It very much feels like traversing worlds or almost teleporting to a new universe. And so I feel like you're very much leaving behind a belief system, a world that you built around yourself based on what others thought life should be for you. But you're ready to build something new for yourself. And I'm seeing the very next card next to the sun was the Ace of Wands, right side up. And it's very much, to me, it's like a big, like manifestation card in the sense that you hold the power to shape your reality. And you're finally understanding. I just had that book, Harold and the Purple Crayon, pop into my head. Is that what it is? Harold's Purple Crayon, where it's like a little boy and he has a purple crayon and he literally draws things into existence. And that's very much what I'm seeing, like you're embracing that understanding. Like, yeah, of course I have the crayon. Of course I'm drawing it into existence. Of course I have the power and the capability and the will and the mindset. And it doesn't feel like a tension field energy either, where it's like, I'm determined to manifest, right? And it's very forceful. It doesn't feel natural. It doesn't even feel like you're confident beneath that. Like, it's like you're fighting against your subconscious and trying to convince yourself that you have the power, but deep down you still have some underlying beliefs that you don't hold the power. But with this energy, I'm feeling that there isn't any of that holding you back anymore. You're just Harold with the purple crayon. You're like, oh yeah, let me just pick this up and start drawing. You're like, draw some mountains, draw some flowers, draw a polar bear, draw whatever I want. Almost nonchalant, but secure is what I'm feeling. Secure in your ability to manifest. And you're done with working hard, overworking to try to make things happen that weren't really in your best interest. Is what I'm hearing. The next card that came out was the Six of Cups, which very much connects to the inner child again. So you can see in this image, it is, to me, actually maybe not an older woman, but it is an older person handing a child a cup of flowers. And to me, this is talking about handing things off to your inner child or giving a gift to your inner child, giving them your flowers. Wait, let me sit with that for a second. Maybe you're giving back to children in some way. Maybe with this reconnection to your inner child, you're also going to be drawn to giving back to children in general. Giving back to the poor and needy, the innocent, the valuable, undervalued. Parts of society. I don't know why that came through, but Maybe you're going to do some sort of charity work. Orphanage, orphans. Okay, I'm gonna move on real quick and then we might come back to that. Oh, maybe it's you honoring your inner child and giving them thanks for getting you through all of this. Like, you've worked hard enough, now take this and be proud, feel honored, like you're honoring your inner child. You're valuing them more. Deferring to them, raising up their importance. Noticing them more, hearing them more, being of service to children or your inner child or children in general. You see them? Those long little kitten legs. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Ooh. Wow. That makes my inner child happy. Yeah, so maybe you're gonna do things that make your inner child happy now. I can't get over that. It looks fake. Yeah, it does feel like giving your inner child your flowers, giving them, honoring them. And then I'm kind of seeing like now the child has the flowers and they're running away into the field to go play with their friends. The next card after this was the World card. And, oh man, I hope I don't get banned. I just showed that nudie card. Oh, I might have to cut that. Hold on. Oh no. The next card was the World card, which I can't really show you for explicit reasons. But it does feel connected to the Six of Cups in the sense that I heard the world is your oyster when I saw this card. And it's kind of saying, oh, I just heard What Dreams Are Made Of by Hilary Duff. Hilary Duff, Lizzie McGuire is big with this energy, whoever you are. But it feels like with you then honoring your inner child, giving them their flowers, it then is like you feel quite full emotionally, fulfilled, complete is what I'm hearing. And that allows you to then feel fully aligned with the universe, which the World card is kind of just like being one with God or the world, the universe, earth, protected, maybe protected by angels, spirits. So the world will be your oyster once you do this. yeah, so like if you embody this, it's almost like parts work. I don't know if you know what this is, but 𝘋𝘯 has a video about parts work where you're kind of listening to hurt parts of yourself that, or stories that you've carried within you for a long time, and you kind of are able to listen to them, give them compassion, give them what they needed. So like for instance, with this, you may have been ignoring your inner child for a very long time and they felt hurt, but now that you're able to listen to that part of yourself and honor them, give them their flowers. I don't know what that means in a practical sense, give them their flowers, but I'm just seeing that visualization of child getting their flowers, you know, or like, you know, when I was little and I would have dance recitals, I would get a bouquet of flowers at the end, and it always made me really happy. So I think it's just, in a practical sense, like if there's something within you that's calling out, asking you to like listen to a nostalgic song, like the Lizzie McGuire movie soundtrack, watch a nostalgic movie, play with fashion from that era, like the early 2000s, Y2K maybe, 1950s, 70s. I don't know how old you are, but feels like millennial, but I don't know. And like instead of when you hear that, for instance, like, oh, it would be nice to listen to that song, maybe in the past you would respond to that thought with like, oh, but that's so embarrassing, or like, no, we need to be grown up, we need to be adults, let's listen to like Mozart. There's nothing wrong with Mozart, right? But there is a part of you that feels unheard and uncherished, like not cherished. And by dancing to that music and getting into that spirit that you held within you as a child, you'll be able to kind of to bring that into the present and have that playfulness, that wildness, that energy, energized expression exist in the present moment. That is going to bring you your world closer. Like, I don't know why, I just saw like a planet, and then as I'm seeing this little child dancing in their room, then this world like moved closer to them. So it's like by embracing that kind of energy, you are then bringing the world that you desire closer to you, or becoming more aligned with the universe, which will help you become aligned with your desires, because you might feel a little lost and disconnected from your true desires. And so you might need to spend some time in this energy, this inner child nostalgia, in order to reconnect with what you truly desire from life. And that is going to help you become aligned. And then you can attract what it is that you truly desire. Yeah. Also interesting, on the world card, we have a lion, and then I think it's a ram, and then a falcon maybe. So a lot of animal energy. I think it's probably related to the zodiacs, right? Like maybe Leo, Taurus, I think is a bull, if this is a bull. So like fire, earth energy, and then air energy with the hawk. But yeah, and it's funny, this woman, she's holding what looked to me like batons. And so it's kind of like that playful, dancey energy. They might be wands, I don't know. Yeah, just kind of like getting into that spirit, that playfulness, that who you were as a child, and practicing embodying that energy again. That's going to get you where you want to go in the easiest way, instead of sitting down with a pen and paper and trying to force things to happen, right? It'll come naturally. It's, yeah, when you do this. So, hey now, this is what dreams are made of. I'm tempted to draw another card. Don't know if my phone's gonna die. Oh, I just picked up the 3 of Wands. So, have patience with this. Well, maybe you will be patient. To me, this is very much the energy of someone looking out into the beyond and kind of just feeling calm, at peace with what's there, at peace with what they've already done, and just existing in the present moment instead of being impatient for things to happen, or needing to force things to come true, specifically like a manifestation. And that comes after all of this nostalgic energy work. I hope that all made sense. Oh, and then the Ace of Swords came out upside down, which to me feels like slow communication, or coming through slowly like sludge, I just heard. So I think this ties into the patience we were just talking about. Like things coming to you in a bit of a foggy way. Maybe you have brain fog. Maybe you're a little tired. Maybe you're on your period. Maybe you're just feeling really lethargic. Yeah, I'm feeling like this energy of just sort of existing, not necessarily knowing what's next and not really knowing how to articulate what's coming next. A little foggy, kind of being forced to just, not sit with a brain fog. And then the King of Swords came out upside down. Let's see the next one. The Queen of Swords then just came out upside down. And then, what is that, 9? The 9 of Cups came out upside down. Is this too many cards? I'm feeling shy all of a sudden. Are you feeling shy all of a sudden? Not me, like, lifting up my sweater. Maybe you're gonna feel a little bit shy about communicating your desires. I don't know if you can hear that, but all of a sudden, as I was talking about shy communication, there were a bunch of dogs barking outside my window. Feeling like a little bit hesitant or insecure about communicating what it is that you truly want or desire. Not willing to admit what it is that you truly want. Ooh, and I'm feeling a little anxiety now, like fear and tension, like what could come through? what if like my desires don't align with the life I have now and something bad happens, like my whole life blows up? I'm thinking unbalanced communication. Like it's a very like wobbly energy, maybe not knowing how to trust your thoughts or what comes through. So maybe as you're sitting in this brain foggy energy, you might have things pop in, like a desire or something that you've had for a long time and didn't know about. And then your reaction to it might be a little bit like, I don't know about this. Sometimes intrusive thoughts come swiftly upon our desires, or like the intuition that we get. If it goes against whatever thoughts we've held on to for a long time, or patterns or beliefs, that's when the intrusive thoughts can come up and go, no, that's scary. I don't want to embark on that desire or interest. So that's kind of what I'm feeling. Like you're not receptive and you're not clearly taking action on these desires, or this may occur as you start to, listen to yourself again and hear the truth. And then maybe you just take a deep breath and go outside. Go for a run, exercise. I'm seeing someone running though. Like maybe that really helps you clear your head. Because it forces you to really feel and be in the moment, like the pounding of the pavement beneath your feet, your heavy breath coming through, kind of like the tension in your face, the blood flow. And that'll be enough to kind of get you to calm down a little bit. Caffeine also coming through. Definitely something I need to work on, not as much caffeine. But Nine of Cups again came through, upside down. Letting go of what you thought you had to hold on to emotionally. Letting go of what you thought could be true for you. Oh, maybe actually I'm hearing like giving back relationally. So this whole sequence of brain fog, listening to the real desires, feeling anxiety about those desires and not wanting to be receptive to them or clearly align yourself to them, is then it has created or will create this time of like physical isolation. But then after that, with the Nine of Cups, there's going to be this surge of wanting to give back to your relationships. So maybe like family and friends, seeing them again, or your partner, for instance, or just giving emotionally. Yeah, like running back. So this person's like running back down the path, running towards connection again. And maybe like I'm seeing someone embrace their partner just really intensely and feeling really grateful for them. Maybe that you're going to have this realization of like the importance of relationships, and maybe that is going to shift. Maybe that's been like a desire or some sort of purpose or shift in priority, maybe, where you thought you couldn't be in relationship to others, like spend as much time with others or expend energy with other people before, but now you do feel that way and you're heightening the importance of your relationships, or will be. Time, I don't know. Time is such a concept. And then I saw the Two of Cups. Relationships, right? Oh, that just aligns with what I said. Not me cheesing. Okay. Yeah, so it's going to be like an equal give and take, a rebalancing of your relationships too. This could be in a career, but I'm feeling more like romantic relationships. I heard like romance in general. And then some, some more time with friends. But for some reason, yeah, this is very much coming to me like with romance. The word romance came through. Ready for romance. So maybe you're going to be like prioritizing your romantic relationship or going on dates again. Falling in love on a deeper sense, like going underwater. I just heard the song Never Let Me Go by Florence and the Machine. And then the last card, I think we're going to have to end it, is the Ten of Pentacles, y'all. Wow. I love when I see readers like go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and count all the pentacles. I don't know. In my mind, I just hear like ding, 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 ding. So at the end of this, relationships, romance is coming, money, material wealth. And that's all, folks, because I gotta go.